Hi, I'm Mike Feeney. You might know me as a comedian or that guy from the internet you want to punch in the face. I'm on the hunt for a co-host for my wildly successful podcast. I've received hundreds of applications from some of the funniest people on the planet.
I'm gonna freak out.
Join me to see if they have what it takes to be my co-host. Welcome to Co-Host Wanted. Today, I'm interviewing a comedian, podcaster, and friend. She's fun, hilarious, and looks like she'd sell me expired Molly at a Bill's Mafia tailgate. Maddy Smith.
Hey, accurate.
Thanks for coming,
Accurate.
Maddy.
You gotta make a buck, you know what I mean?
I appreciate it. Yeah, I do feel like, well, we'll get into drugs and all the other stuff because I got a lot of questions for you, but I'm very excited you're here. You're very fun to be around.
Oh, thank you.
Yes,
That's so nice.
You're very chaotic. I like your energy. You're like if anxiety had charisma.
Wow, that's crazy.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah, that does make sense because people are like, you're so confident, but I have intense anxiety. So yeah, it's like bring the Riz, but I also, big what if.
Yeah,
everything.
it's like you don't know what you're gonna get.
Exactly.
That's a kind of fun. That's a fun chemistry to work off of.
Absolutely, especially for a podcast that I'm vying to be a part of.
Yes, well, I'm very excited that you're here, and you know the stakes. We've talked about this right off air and everything. What this podcast is doing, incredibly successful. Thank everyone for coming back. But so let's just start the interview. Why do you think you'd be a good co-host?
Oh, I mean, why wouldn't I?
Okay.
I mean. It's not a question of why, it's when.
Oh.
For me, it's
okay.
When do we get started?
There's that confidence. There's that Riz.
Exactly. In my head, I'm like, fuck you, piece of shit.
And there's the anxiety.
I think I would be a wonderful fit. I'm a white woman. Everybody loves a white woman.
That's a good demographic.
Everyone knows we're easy to work with, we don't cause any issues. Mm-hmm. I'll always love what I look like on camera. I'll never ask you to remake a thumbnail for how I look.
Sure.
I just think I come off as so easygoing.
Yeah. I will say I didn't even consider the fact of like having like a woman as the co-host dynamic, because I mean, what other, if there's another podcast that starts with two white men as the it can't happen anymore. It's over.
So you need to think about numbers.
Diversify the portfolio a bit here. White woman, that is a good.
You don't want to diversify too much because then you lose a lot of audience who's racist.
Yeah.
You want to keep them in.
I can't afford to lose the South.
Exactly.
I do tour there a lot. But white woman, very safe choice.
Safe.
Yeah,
safe as fuck.
safe, and you're like a fun white woman. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you're not you're not marching.
I'm not here to bring down anybody. Except for myself. Yeah, I'm fun. We can have a good time. I don't drink, but you drink.
Yeah.
So I can drive
drink?
you. No, I drink.
Yeah.
We drank before.
That's what I was gonna say. Did you? When did you stop
stopped drinking? A year ago.
Really?
Yeah, because it was interfering with my life.
Sorry to laugh at that, but that's just very.
Yeah.
I have stories about us drinking I want to get to later. And I think I know, and I feel like I know why now. Hey, you know what? I'll just go to those now. Let's go to those first because since we're on the topic.
Well, yeah, you know a little history.
Because I like. This is so funny. This is one of the pros for you. I thought I didn't know you were sober now. This is actually. You smoke weed still?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Because the party, the sober thing, it's good. I'm happy for you. It's a knock against you a little bit, but
I can drive you to places.
That's fun.
If you go to a spot, I can make sure your mirror doesn't get
smashed like it just did.
And
damn, I do like that.
I can be like, don't do that.
I literally I liked partying with you because you were so, and this is so funny now knowing this that you stopped drinking, is because you're pedal to the floor.
Yes.
Like that's,
you're
pedal to the floor. And I remember at Skankfest, we were a little boxed up and we were in the middle of the casino floor of the Golden Nugget and you were doing a loud takedown of every comedian at the fest that you thought sucked.
For what reason?
For what entertainment, and it was.
And then I go to bed. Why does everyone hate me?
It was so fun to watch because you were just like, and by the way, you had no concept of if they were around,
right?
None. I mean, it was an active just being like, what the hell are they doing here? Just be like, this guy sucks, and you're like, he's a hack, and this guy's at the strip club for the third time today.
Third time. This guy he's fine actually.
It was so funny. So that was probably. I mean, that's
part of why I had to quit. Obviously the physical and the blacking out, but a lot of it was getting getting hammered and sharing my secrets.
Yeah.
Even Sagalo and I were at the stand once, and he said I was hammered and shit talking, and he was like, "Hey, he had to stuff me into a closet. Shut the fuck up."
You are the type of drunk that like when you drink, you get shit talky, but it's like a fun. I mean,
it's playful.
I've never had it. I've never had it towards me.
Right.
So, but it is so fun when you're just like, Feeney, what's up? Also, this guy sucks, right?
He sucks, dude. It's the best.
Yeah, it's very fun.
No, I never got in trouble, so I stand by it.
Yeah, that's cool.
But I do think sober people linger around drunk people. That was my problem.
But that's
people taking my secrets.
But now you're one of them. You're a turncoat.
I know,
you're kind of like you're behind enemy lines.
True, but I stay away from drunk people.
Right.
So I respect the zone.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah. There's nothing or it's also the same way with being high, where it's like if there's like one sober person hanging around everyone else who's high, and you're just like, you're not, even if you're not doing anything wrong, it's like, hey man, just
get out of here.
You're weirding the vibe.
Yeah, you're weirding the vibe.
Yeah, I need to know that everyone's as like silly as I'm feeling right now.
Because then one person's like, wow, you guys are so fucking high.
I hate that's my least favorite thing in the American language.
Me too.
Yeah, that's why
it's my least favorite. Second least favorite thing is when you ask people, are we smoking? And they say, I already smoked.
Yeah.
That's got to be my
That's a bummer.
top worst sentence is, I already smoked.
That's my entire relationship with Brendan and
yeah,
Cannon. That's all
smoked.
it is. It's just be like, we just finished 3 blunts.
I was in Austin. I told them, have a blunt ready for me.
Yeah.
I get off. Green room is
just cooked.
green.
Yeah.
And they said, I already smoked. Well, that's the rudest thing you can do.
But you smoke, so I know you smoke weed from time to time, and that time is all the time. Do you worry that you might be too cool for this podcast?
Right.
With the amount of weed that you smoke?
No, because I took a 2-month weed break. So I know that I recognize that it is still a drug.
Right. Yeah. Okay, so you cleared yourself out from all, and now you're back. You're back. Now, since you stopped drinking, are you smoking more weed than you ever have?
Yeah, that was my problem. I stopped drinking. I picked up weed every day,
which
then ruined me in other ways.
Yeah.
So then I had to stop doing that. Then I took like a 2 to 3 month break. Now we're back at leisurely smoking.
Sure.
To the point where it's like too weird to like smoke. It's a balance for sure.
You gotta find the
scales.
That's
why I'm a good co-host. Libra.
Yeah.
Balance.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about signs, but I'm a Sagittarius.
Really?
So is that bad or is that
no?
good
It's
for
intriguing.
Us? Okay.
It's intriguing.
What does that mean?
You cannot know anything about horoscopes.
Yeah.
Be like, that's curious.
Yeah,
That's curious. Outgoing and
sure.
Yeah.
But how does that interact? I know some things don't interact with others, right? How does a Libra with and people also say like I'm a this rising. What does that mean?
Oh yeah, I think it's like your birth time or something.
Okay.
Rise. I don't really know. You have to download CoStar, the app, if you want to get into the nitty gritty.
I don't. I very much don't.
Yeah, all good.
Let's go into your background a little bit here. Originally from Buffalo.
Yes.
Right.
New York.
Everyone calls it upstate New York, but you guys call it Western
Correct.
New York. Is that a rebrand attempt to distance yourself from the stigma that upstate New Yorkers are like white trash and dumb and stupid idiots?
Well, stigma. Stigma.
Yeah,
what are we talking about here?
Yeah.
Is white trash bad?
Yeah.
At the end of the day. And I do think Western New York has a little bit more of a class-y ring to it.
It does. It for sure does.
Western New York.
Yes. Yeah.
Upstate.
Yeah. It's like a WeHo kind of a,
we
put a nice
WeHo, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're branching away. We're offering all of the, royal things that we have, Lake Erie.
Sure.
Niagara Falls.
Okay.
But
it's the bad side of Niagara Falls, right? Don't people say the other one's the more fun?
If it's Niagara Falls, is there a bad side?
I don't know. I haven't been to that.
Right.
I haven't been to that.
It's the bad side.
But I do like Buffalo. It's the bad
yeah, it is.
You're like, technically speaking.
It is, yeah.
It is.
You
but,
can, you can walk up there, but the horseshoe, you got to get to the Canadian side
now,
to see.
Did you go to like Canada a lot as a kid?
Yes, we went to like Niagara Falls. We would go to Toronto. We would go to fucking Lake Ontario.
Yeah.
We went to like a
the
week.
The drinking age was it was at 18
I think it was
there?
19.
19?
Yeah.
Nice.
So I had friends go get fake IDs. It's kind of a trek though.
Yeah. How far is that?
I guess like from Buffalo's like right over the border, but I don't know. In my head when I was in high school, I was like, you're going too far.
Sure.
I was like, you're trying too hard. When they all drank without me.
That's the saddest sentence you just threw in there. You're trying too hard and now they're all drinking without me and having fun. But by the way, I do kind of like Buffalo, of like the Western New York, provinces and cities and stuff like that, like Syracuse. I think it's a place that is one of the saddest places I've ever been to in my life. I don't know if like Rochester even counts as Western New York or Albany or any of those places, but it's all very sad,
Monroe County,
very sad, awful places. But I do like Buffalo. It's like, you're fucking driving down this fucking Skajakwada, and you fucking have a little beef on wick, little Loganberry. The whole city smells
my boy
like
knows about
fucking
Loganberry.
The whole city smells like Cheerios.
Yep,
you know,
get a little custard cone. You go down to Jim's Steakout. Spend a little time in Delaware Park. You can't complain.
What's not to love besides the violent crime?
Violent crime and 8 feet of snow.
Yes, well, the lake effect. That's their whole thing. People really love saying the word the lake
with
effect.
Lake effect. Yeah.
I mean, it's just they just pray that some out of towner is going to come in and go, hey, does anybody know why there's a lot of snow here more than usual? And then people swoop. Yeah.
It's that lake effect. Which really is just the lake taking a dump on the city.
Yeah, it's but I think there is something about cold cities that do produce, like, it's one of two people, like pretty methed out, alcoholics, or like those salt of the earth. I feel like that's why Chicago is like a fun city.
I think the North in general, anywhere like where there's tough winters. Yeah, I think people are hardened. Yeah, but also better to.
You gotta have.
Around.
It takes a certain type of. Of personality to get through a miserable, like a Minnesota winter.
Agreed. Totally.
That's why Minneapolis is a great comedy city.
Totally agree.
Fantastic.
In the South, they have it too easy.
Yeah, things are way too. I mean, they get the heat though. I mean, and they get cicadas and they get all that.
I mean, they sit in their air conditioning.
Everything really sucks. There's really not a great place to live year round. San Diego, maybe.
Yeah, but also shitty in its own way.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know what way that is, but expensive.
Homeless people are wilding.
Homeless, yeah.
The homeless people are wilding in warm places.
Yeah. Yeah, I would too. Wouldn't you? That's why I'm shocked. When I went to Minneapolis, there were homeless people like on the street, and you're like, "What are you doing, dude?
Go to San Francisco.
Go to San Diego. Go to LA. I mean, these are great. That's the good thing about the homeless in New York is like that's how I kind of know. That's how I keep track of like the seasons changing is because I'll go. It's kind of like I always say this when like LA, the homeless people are more like a brick and mortar store where it's just like they're like just there, they're camped out, they're there. And New York, it's like a pop-up. We're like, whoa, look who's here this weekend, and then that first frost comes in the winter, and a bunch of them die, and you're like, wow, look at that. It's like they kind of
exactly, yep.
They go the way of the crops. It's like the tomato
the
plants,
birds, the crops, the homeless people. Yes, immigrating.
Okay, so let's get into your resume a little bit here because you have a pretty strong resume.
Oh, it's loaded.
May I say myself?
Loaded.
You're most known for roasting black people, which I always thought was outdated and outlawed long ago, but old habits die hard.
That's why I'm also auditioning to be on this pod because I need my relevancy back.
Oh, okay.
So I started roasting black people, and then I realized that is something from the 80s, 90s.
Yeah. And you're like, now I need to more time machine it up.
I need
a little
time
forward.
machine. I need to display my, world knowledge.
Sure.
And I'm more than just someone who tells black dudes that my pussy's on their beard.
Yeah. Well, because you were also a member on Wild Out, which I believe is a daycare for aspiring rappers on Red Bull.
Daycare.
But how was that whole experience? Of doing.
It was you gotta love.
You were on it for a lot of seasons, right? How many seasons?
7 seasons.
7 seasons.
7 seasons and ongoing to whenever because the TV networks are all conglomerated together and I think kind of fucked up.
Sure.
The experience was good.
what a corporate. I know. Corporate Maddy.
Some answers still to be told.
Yeah.
Well, people be like, when's the next season coming out? As if it has like a cliffhanger on it. And it's like, just watch old ones.
Yeah, you won't know.
Yeah. It's like the Impractical Jokers.
What age, like, what like age of fans do you get? Like, I don't know. I have no idea I know the demographic culturally that watches Wild 'N Out, but what is like, is it like 16-year-olds or is it like 20?
It's older, actually.
Older.
It's a lot of like middle America, 38 plus year old couples.
Huh.
Older millennials.
Wow.
And then it'll be 25-year-olds who watched me on TikTok during COVID.
Wow.
So they'll say things like, people will say things like, I've been watching you since I was 12 years old. And I'm like, I haven't been on that long. No, you haven't.
Yeah.
It's been like 4 years. And so it'll be like older, like black dude with a white chick.
Uh-huh.
Couples.
Yeah.
And then it'll be 25-year-old girls with a huge mix of a lot of men who love Wild 'N Out. You're my favorite. You took them down. And
was that a Mexican accent?
Yeah, it was
or
Mexican.
Okay, yeah, it's pretty good.
A lot of Mexicans,
Yeah.
actually, yeah. A lot of people who, like, when I post my dates, they're like, I would, but I can't take off work. Like,
Sure.
poor people.
Yeah. And you'll be like, you'll probably be in the back while I'm on stage, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You'll hear me.
Yeah,
You'll hear some of it.
So,
You'd probably do well in San Diego then. You'd probably crush it.
I crushed in San Diego.
Yeah.
Fucking leveled that place.
Yeah.
I can't sell tickets in New York. That's how I know that I'm not
Interesting.
like a cool comedian.
Yeah.
But I can in Oklahoma.
They say very few people can sell tickets in the market they live in because you can see them so often. They
True.
can see you every night
you can
at
see.
clubs.
You can
so why?
Google my name, and I'm
Yeah.
at every other club.
So is Nick Cannon more or less or exactly as unstable as he appears?
Less.
you heard it here
Trick
first.
question.
Clip it. Yeah.
Trick question. Less unstable.
Okay.
He's totally normal and cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why do you say that like there's a gun pressed against your
No,
back?
he's totally sick. And he gives me a lot of opportunities and spreads the love.
No, he definitely, I mean, he's, I would assume that you'd be team Nick Cannon.
He's very straightforward.
Yeah.
You know, you meet a famous person, you're like, wow, they're psycho.
Uh-huh.
No.
Yeah.
He's super low-key, grounded, gets there on time. Shows never started late.
Great.
We never, ironically.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you heard my inflection in that great, but that was a real staggering revelation.
Wow.
Yeah. That's more newsworthy than the unstable thing.
Seriously. And he definitely has millions of projects going on that he's not thinking about that show.
Sure. It's on autopilot?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it seems that. You
know, like famous people leave it till the very last second that they have to appear.
And then they turn it on.
Yeah. They're like, grab Nick. We're about to record. Then when we're done, everyone's like, great episode. You don't even see it. You don't even know where he is. Yeah. And going to make other business deals.
Nice.
He always has projects.
Good for him. I think by business deals, you mean have more children.
Yes. Business deals, yeah. Empire building.
Yeah. Something I love about you is that you're always laughing.
Yes.
Even when it's like a clear attempt to mask your depression.
Right.
Like,
absolutely.
Especially so, some would say. But you're kind of like the Joker in that way.
Hilarious. You know, the other day I was talking to my sister and I was like, I need a new villain. And I was like, goofball.
Goofball.
Maddy Smith is goofball.
I like that. Yeah, you're just kind of. What would be your?
And it's like goofball, save me.
Yeah, and how would you? That's a superhero, though.
Yeah, it's a superhero.
Okay, so what would you want to be? Well, how would you save? How would you save a person in distress?
You'd be like coming into situations that are too serious and saying, "Boy," goofing it up.
Yeah, we need you to cut the tension.
Yeah, goofball.
Gotcha.
I can do that.
That's fun.
Someone's getting fired, bring in goofball.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's basically like a clown. It's like you just goofball. If you told me there was a famous person named Goofball the Clown, I would be like, well, sure.
Yeah.
Does kids' birthday parties,
it's that,
bar mitzvahs.
or like a black comedian.
Yes. Yeah.
Give
Who
it up for
sells
Goofball.
sells out improvs all across the country. And funny bones.
Without any promo.
All across the country.
No promo needed.
Yeah.
Everyone's coming out to see Goofball. Hey, y'all know I'm Goofball.
Yeah, he's
Where Goofball at?
He's got his own catchphrase.
Yeah.
I'm just goofballing it up.
I'm gonna just be a goofball.
Yeah. After every joke, that's God. I love that so much when a comedian has that runner of just there's always there's a very specific middle-aged black comedian who has a catchphrase that they just keep coming back to. It's I went to Kmart, they didn't have what I was looking for. I was pretty pissed, but goofball got a goofball.
Goofball gonna goof, yeah. It's like goofball gonna goof, and you know what I said? Hell no.
Yeah, and it just every time it just murders, and you're like, why don't I have catchphrases? I gotta have a catchphrase. Yeah. Why don't we have catchphrases?
I don't know.
White people can't really do catchphrases in comedy anymore.
Yeah, because we're not
cool.
Because white people are up there like, oh boy, I don't know how I got here.
Yeah.
So a tagline would imply that we try at our jobs.
Right.
Whereas all white comedians are trying to be like,
yeah.
It's conversation.
yeah. You're like,
it's conversation.
Who gave me a mic? Am
I
allowed?
I'm all over it, but black comedians, they wear suits.
Right. Very dressed up. I love that. I do.
It's more of a performance.
I do think that there is. We need to all kind of pick up our our dress code a little bit. You
I
know,
think dress code and like the art of the show.
here's the problem.
I
I
think
would
people are-
love to be like a suit comedian. I would love that. I feel powerful in a suit. When I did the Tonight Show and wore a suit,
Yeah,
I was like, this is the
fire.
best I've ever felt.
Fire.
But I find that if I like wear a suit to the cellar,
Yeah.
first off, the John Mulaney,
Hilarious.
it won't stop. It'll
Oh,
be
game
even
over.
worse. And then also, if no one else is wearing a suit, if I walk on stage and you see me in a suit, I become less likable because now I look like a rich white
Right,
guy,
right.
a rich straight white guy.
Right.
So that immediately puts me in a hole. I already like have a face like that, so
Yeah.
I have to like dig out. So now if I come, I mean maybe it'll exude fame and fortune and stuff,
right.
but it looks like it would be. I would imagine it would be hard. Like Ronnie Chang can get away with
True,
it.
true,
He's incredibly well,
true.
best dressed comedian in New York City.
I think if you did it, it would come off as I just finished a comedy class.
Right? Yeah, exactly. With like patent leather
Yeah,
shoes.
yeah.
It would not be.
So I know what you're thinking.
Yeah. And I'm touching this a lot. You're also, I think you're great under pressure from the While and Out
thanks.
days, which is very important here because the show is high stakes.
Yes.
We played for
I'm
keeps.
feeling it now.
The advertisers have been throwing ungodly amounts of money
Right,
at me
they're
because
obsessed.
of the download number. Have I shown you the download numbers, by the way?
They're huge.
Yeah, I show you this here. You can look at that's the most recent ones. It's crazy, but
Wow. Oh my God, you're kidding.
but we
so the advertisers probably are like, wow.
yeah, it's pretty
Yeah.
nuts. But here's the question: you're kind of jumping on a bullet train that's already in motion here. Does that like scare you at all? Does that intimidate
No,
you at
I
all?
get excited by the thrill. And
Okay.
I need to be awakened.
Okay.
You know, lately. Lately, I've been coasting too much. You know, I've been coasting on my name, but
yeah.
I gotta jump on. I gotta get some sort of, you know, it's like doing a line of coke. Like let's move
Yeah.
it. Let's get on the train.
Little
Let's
bump.
Go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The goofball bump.
Goofball bump.
Yeah. You also have I can do that, but you have to hold that the whole time. You have a funny podcast called Madhouse, which is kind of like I would describe it as like Pee Wee's Playhouse on Lexapro.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
How is it going, and are you willing to leave it if you get
Oh
this?
wow. Yeah, absolutely willing. I'll drop anything. I don't give a fuck. You're telling me those numbers are what those numbers are?
Yeah.
Then I'm ready to cook.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
Advertisers are calling in. I don't know who advertising, but if it's Celsius, I'm in. And I'll leave everything. I'll change my name.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. But you know, my podcast is at Gas Digital, so I'm ready to cut ties with Lewis.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I used to have a podcast on there too, so it's like it just
Right.
seemed like a progression at some point.
It's
He's
just-
an incubator. He helps you grow.
Right.
It's a
And
good
then you
start.
leave, and it's all good when you leave.
Yeah. He doesn't hold any grudges.
all.
He won't
No.
bring it up to you.
No.
Seemingly 7 years later, he won't keep
Right.
bringing it
No,
up
no,
to
no.
you that
He'll
you
drop
left at
it.
one point. Yeah,
He drops it.
He'll drop it and be very mature about
Yeah.
the whole amicable thing, which is nice. You wrote for the roast of Alec Baldwin and of Ric Flair. Are there any icons with alcoholism you won't roast?
Hilarious. Yes, I would never. Let's see who has alcoholism.
Who's like a big boozing Hollywood guy?
Like
Trying to think of like known just shit shows.
I wouldn't roast that guy from The Sixth Sense who just got arrested.
Oh, Haley Joel Osment. Yeah. He's got a sharp little tongue on him. Huh?
Yeah. I feel like he would give it back, and I would be like, that hurt actually.
Yeah.
And he was saying some shit, wasn't he? Saying some shit.
He said he
said-
dropped some hard slurs.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
when he got arrested.
Yeah, I wouldn't roast him only so we can maintain his composure.
Yeah.
Keep it
yeah,
cool.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
seems like a guy, and he was also. I think he was also on coke too, or they found coke
Right.
on him or
yeah.
something like
At
that.
a ski resort or something.
Yeah,
Bizarre.
yeah. How do you get arrested? It's so funny to be like in snow pants and
I
then being
know.
like put in the back
It's
of and
hilarious.
you're in those ski boots that go like
Yeah.
click, click, click,
Yeah.
click, click, like your feet don't
Guys
bend.
are walking
Yeah,
too fast.
Yeah. You're just like this.
So you have to pee, snow pants.
Yeah.
Awful.
Yeah. You co-hosted a few episodes of Ridiculousness.
I did.
Which was the much more annoying version of Tosh.0.
Yeah.
Isn't it wild that they were both on the air at the same
It's
time?
insane.
Isn't that crazy?
It's like whoever watched Tosh and whoever watched Ridiculousness, that's like how people vote.
Yeah.
Party line.
That's
right
actually
there.
a very great way to put that.
Yeah, it's
I
like
never
you can
considered
think
that.
a little bit or you can just have your brain rot. How's that?
Yeah,
one of the
that's
two.
the funny part of that of Ridiculousness is like they didn't even like I liked Tosh kind of he wrote like bits around it and brought people on, and where Ridiculous is sometimes if I would like be flipping past it or whatever, it would just they would show the video and they'd be like somebody would fall off a roof and hit their testicles on a fence or something, and they just go, "Oh!"
Exactly.
And it was like,
it was like, oh, it's like, oh, wow. And then the black dude, the DJ, is like, he gonna feel that tomorrow.
yeah.
And then Rob Dyrdek's like, this next category is about dogs.
Yeah.
You got that dog in you?
Yeah, and then each clip there's a dog. He's like, he's
Yeah.
like doing like voiceovers for.
Yeah.
I kind of blame that show for like the downfall of MTV because
Yeah.
that was like the last show
Absolutely.
where they realized we can make this for so little money.
Yes.
And then remember when it was like that was like one of the only things
Yes.
on MTV
Absolutely.
for like 19 hours
Yes.
a day. I think for their anniversary or whatever it was, like 30-year anniversary of MTV or whatever, they played it for something
Yeah.
crazy like 5 days in a row
Yes.
of 24 hours a day ridiculousness.
Yes, I remember that. I remember the 30 year.
And
It's crazy. And when I would go to Viacom or whatever and be like, I have a show to pitch, their advice would be like, make it exactly like Ridiculousness.
which is
like,
funny
what
because
we're looking for is a panel, like clips watching show.
well, because those are so cheap, right?
So cheap.
And they just, but I bet when they pitch Ridiculousness, they're like, we want a Tosh.0 show. And
Right,
they're like,
exactly.
okay, so it's Tosh.0, but less creative.
Less,
yeah.
just
watching.
just watching.
It's essentially America's Funniest Home Videos.
It is.
But it's like, no one even wins at the end. Like it even
There's no
America's
stakes.
There's no stakes
At all.
There's just the woman that is the
Chanel West Coast, yes.
Yeah.
She was on maternity leave. That's why I was on.
Oh,
That's why they brought me in.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice.
There's no stakes. And I don't understand why people would watch Ridiculousness. Not to say I would never host again.
Is it? Are they still producing new episodes? I
think
legitimately don't even know.
Yes.
Wow,
Because
that's
Carly
wild.
Aquilino will be like, I'm hosting tonight. But I'm not sure.
I didn't know that.
And why wouldn't you just watch Instagram Reels? Because they just post.
Yeah, it's Instagram Reels
Instagram
with
Reels.
commercials and a
Yeah.
lot more talking
And
in
a
between.
guy talking.
Yeah.
And it's Rob Dyrdek. Not to say it's,
Yeah, it's
not
like, dude, do a kickflip,
It's
all
not
right?
like it's a guy who everyone's like, oh, that guy's.
He's got strong opinions.
Yeah, it's Rob Dyrdek.
Yeah.
Like, he's like,
yeah.
and then he posts his YouTube videos about manifesting.
Yeah, it's a little.
Of course, you believe in manifesting.
little
You
much.
landed a huge show.
Yeah, I mean, he's landed a lot of things that
Yeah.
he's been like able to. Yeah, he's kind of turned into like a Gary V kind
Totally,
of guy,
total
Tony
Gary.
Robbins
Yeah,
kind of a
he'll
thing.
be like, what you need is an idea.
Yeah.
And then it'll say the word idea
yeah.
over a picture of
and
like
then
a
just
mountain.
like a quick $4 million
Yes.
startup, and then
After that.
it's cooking. Yeah.
Manifesting happiness.
Just get on, get on terrestrial television that
Yeah.
hasn't had money pumped into
Yeah.
it since my show destroyed the
Yeah,
whole
right,
landscape of
right.
television.
Yeah.
And that's it. Now I wonder though, like, what was because it sounds the studio audience when you're watching it sounds very fake. Are they like real? Do they
when
just
I
get
did it, there was no audience.
no audience?
Yeah.
Is there never an audience for that
So
show?
COVID, they did no audience
Okay.
episodes, and then
They pumped it in.
because if you don't know the Rob Dyrdek lore,
No.
he is obsessed with. This will be good for the podcast.
Okay, great.
His measuring out the percentage of his days. He's very business
Oh,
oriented when it comes to his money and his days.
Okay.
So
Like a Wahlberg, like everything planned.
Yeah, like he was telling me, like, I'm at the point where 30% of my life is now wife and kids. Blah, 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 blah.
It seems like a low
I know.
number.
Well, he was saying 40% is my business. I'm down to 12% with this show.
Wow.
And they said when the studio audience went away, Rob realized they can film it like 4 minutes faster without an audience. So
now it's all no
Yeah.
audience. So it hasn't been audience since
Yeah.
COVID. Wow.
Yeah. And you just sit there. The producers are in the back laughing like you're at like a
Right.
COVID show in a parking lot.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Was it weird? Was it uncomfortable doing
It was
that?
totally weird and uncomfortable, but it goes, but it goes by so fast.
Yeah.
And they're just like, you're funny. And you're like, okay,
Right.
sounds good.
Yeah.
And he asks you, they send you ahead of time, like, here's the topics are going to be.
Sure.
But you're like, I'm just gonna run it.
when you go back, like when you watch it back and they're pumping in, like,
You think I watched it back?
not even a reel of it or something
I
like
watched
that?
it. I watched it.
But
Yeah.
in like, and there's, it sounds like 20,000 people
Right.
laughing. You're like,
Hilarious.
guys, a little
Yeah.
heavy-handed on the
I
studio
know.
audience, you
Yeah,
know?
they're, "Ah!"
applause breaks, everything like that. Whoa, that's crazy. Yeah.
I don't know if I was supposed to not tell that. I didn't sign anything, so.
This is great. Well, this is the kind of breaking news. This is you're lending.
I bring tea.
You're bringing tea. I like that. Even when you're not drunk, you're still spilling tea.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
You've often expressed a desire to do more acting, I assume.
I know, I've been saying that for years, and no one puts me in anything.
I know. I assume.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, you want to do more.
If you want to talk about that today, we can.
Yeah, I'm getting into it right now. Because I was saying you want to do more acting. I assume on top of whatever this charade is.
Yeah.
What's your dream role?
Like, I would love to be like a funny character in a serious thing. I know, right? Groundbreaking.
As a comedian, I'd love to go outside the box and be funny.
Don't think I'm weird, but something comedic.
Yeah.
Yeah, like in like a Succession, but a funny character.
Right.
Funny and a drama.
Yes.
Funny and a drama.
Those are the best roles.
Best.
I mean, how about even like, and I guess this doesn't really. I immediately, for some reason, went to Philip Seymour Hoffman and Along Came Polly, but that was technically a rom-com. But he is like. It is when you get to be that shouldn't like the comic relief, but not a zany next door neighbor comic relief.
Like, damn, that was funny.
That's very fun.
You're like, that was funny.
Yeah. That's very, especially because I mean I don't know how much time you've spent around like actual like actors and stuff,
Barely.
but they are pretty like insufferable. You know what I mean? Like every art form has their own level of insufferable. There's like in music there's like the Jack Whites, so they're like brilliant, but they're like I don't have a phone and I'm like everyone's an asshole and I only listen on vinyl and dude and like it's all about like listening to and whatever. And then you have in improv it's just improv people, and then you have in
stand up you have rapists.
Yeah, so many rape. I mean per capita it's out of control.
Tons of
rape.
rapists.
So much rape. But you do what you gotta do. But and a lot of shit talking in stand up as well. But I do think that in like acting, you just get those people who are very serious about like the craft of playing pretend, and I think that's the problem. Like, so I guess stand-up gets that way sometimes. Some comics are all about their writing and their process, but I think that actors that take themselves seriously are the most like annoying to be around because they're like, what we're doing is important work. You know what I mean? It's like the George Clooney acceptance speech to Adrian Brody's acceptance speech where they're just blathering about how they're affecting change in lives. And you're like, dude, you make entertainment. It's fun. It's just, or it's serious or it's whatever. But like, let's not.
I definitely would not get along with Adrian Brody.
Yeah. I feel like I'd like to see him. Yeah, I think also him drunk would probably be a nightmare.
Absolutely.
He would just really go off about and then he starts getting into politics in the Middle East and he's just like, it's just so simple.
So picking bones with people.
Starts talking shit in the Golden Nugget about a bunch of people.
Exactly.
And you're like, actually.
Insufferable.
Now, this was something I didn't know until we did some research on you here. You worked in finance at an asset management firm.
Yes.
You must have been making money.
No, because I was just a regular.
Oh, you were like in this.
Although I will say, great. I have a great retirement.
You have your own portfolio.
Yeah, when I worked there,
be one of my
great
benefits, stock options, stuff like that. Do you still
do
you invest yourself since you kind of know the lay of the land?
Yes, and I put it more into that fund.
Nice, little Roth IRA going on there. Nice,
and
very nice.
Fidelity account, Vanguard, and I worked there. It was called Newburger Bourbon. It was up on Avenue of the Americas.
That sounds important.
Right next to Radio City. And I would go and I would do a little tinkering on the computer, and then I would go do stand-up at night.
WealthySpy.com, which I assume is an incredibly reputable website, estimates that you're worth $3 million.
That's so nice.
With this show, obviously that estimate's going to go way up.
Hugely.
But
do you need a cut?
There's no truth. Yeah. We do it nice. We'll do a 55-45. I think is fair. I mean, because I started the show, you're walking onto already established vehicle. It's still more than like women normally make. So I feel like it's a good, percentage wise. Whatever. We can talk about the logistics if we get that far. It's very uncouth to even bring up. That's on the first interview, but I'll let that slide. It's just so funny because there's just no way I can picture the you that I know like the Maddy that I know in a pantsuit at an asset management
Bruh.
firm being like, hey, let's get that Rotharian.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. Like,
Bruh, it was crazy. What's up, bitches?
Yeah.
How are we? How's the options?
so like,
It was fucked. I just pretended like
Well,
I had no personality there.
Okay, well, that
'Cause
was
they
gonna
didn't
be
know
my-
I did comedy. So it was like, I'm
You had to
dry,
hide
I'm
it.
dead.
that was going to be my question. Were you masking who you really were back then, or was that the real you and you had some sort of like psychotic break and now you're stuck like this? Like,
Hilarious.
Which would that you saying that
Yeah.
you masked then?
Yeah, but now I don't know. Now that you're asking, I don't know.
Because I can also see you as I could also see you as like a corporate businesswoman who was like on a path to success,
Right.
and then you did ayahuasca at a
Right.
retreat, and now you came back like Dot Warner from Animaniacs.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Just like, yeah.
Hey, everybody.
It's like it seems because you went. I assume you went to business school, right?
Oh no,
And-
I got my degree in economics.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, like you're not dumb. You're
I'm
a
not
very
dumb. Yeah,
intelligent
true.
person. You know,
I can have jobs.
Yeah, I can have jobs.
I can have a job.
Yeah,
I can
yeah.
have a job.
Maybe you can do the books on this. That would
I
really
could.
help me
I
out.
probably
you know?
could. I could probably
Yeah.
balance that shit. Yeah, dude. I don't think that's good for the brain to Hannah Montana your life.
No.
I don't think that's good.
No.
I think I'm still suffering.
Yeah.
It's a very isolated experience because you can't let anyone in. 'Cause
Right.
Then that's your whole life. So they'll ask how your weekend was, and you say like one word.
You lie, but
even
don't
though
they-
your weekend was bomb ass dank ass.
How'd you hide it on social media?
I got lucky because before COVID, socials weren't as
Gotcha.
huge for comedians.
Gotcha.
So I did. That's how, how uninteresting I was at work. They never looked me up.
That's so funny to be like they never even gave you a tertiary Google.
That's how boring I was. They never even.
Wow. Did you smoke weed or just take like Valium or something to like bring down your energy to
I
just
was
not?
just
Because you're like always like.
I know. I think I was just so depressed.
Yeah.
There and. It's just such a professional environment that you're like, I'm just here for my bag.
Yeah.
Here for
Wow.
my bag, 5:30. It's Thursday night. I got
God
a roast
bless.
battle tonight. I'm gonna.
That's like when people go like, oh, you had like a doctor's off. You're like at a doctor's appointment. They're like, oh, you're a comedian. Yeah, we never really said anything funny. It's like,
I
in
know.
what? I'm not getting paid right now.
I know.
How dare you?
All the fucking
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Tell me a joke. It's like
Really?
what?
They go.
Yeah, give me a diagnosis. You know how about that?
Really?
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah. The offense when they're like,
Yeah.
what you? No.
Really?
Are you're for people? You're
Yeah.
saying yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
And people pay for that. People pay you for this
Money.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. No, but it's just
Let's
it's funny.
gotta-
It's just
we
funny. Yeah.
recalibrate here and yeah.
I was in a doctor's office. A guy asked me for a selfie. in the
No
waiting room.
way.
I said no.
Did you? Oh,
Yeah,
that's-
you gotta have a little bit of a
Yeah.
boundary, right? Doctor's
yeah,
office,
yeah.
bro. You shouldn't even be looking at me.
Yeah, that is funny. Yeah, I mean, it'd be weirder if he waited outside. Like, I want to respect
know,
your
right?
privacy. I've been
Yeah.
pacing for
Yeah.
30 minutes outside
yeah,
the
that's
place.
worse too.
What's the worst job interview you've ever been on?
Worst job interview I ever went on. Let's see. Dude, when I worked in finance, my friend Caroline, her husband, or no, not her husband, her uncle is like a day trader. So my job was kind of more setting up client meetings, like a slower
Sure.
pace. We didn't do day trading. Her uncle's a day trader. Like up at in the office at 7,
Doing
watching the
options,
markets.
yeah, all
She
that.
set me up with an interview with him, and I totally just didn't even know what I was talking about.
yeah,
To
yeah.
the point where they were like,
They knew.
they knew.
And
yeah.
did you like leave there being like knowing that you just?
I left
no
being
shot?
like, I'm a retard.
Yeah.
You can cut that out if you want. But I was, even
Yeah.
the stuff that I was doing at my job, I couldn't even remember what I was doing
Right.
because of how good they were, and it felt, I
Right.
felt like
That's
a
that
joke.
real Wolf of Wall Street. Like they were
Yeah,
just
like
like
real,
hungry. Yeah.
like Big Short type of stuff.
Yeah, there's some weird. There's like that's such a different energy of
Yeah.
person where like when people expect you to be like,
Yeah.
I want you to come in and tell me you're gonna make $1 million
Yeah,
this year. And
yeah,
you're just
and
like,
I-
hey, I hope
yeah.
you're never gonna see your wife. You're never gonna see
Yeah,
your kid. But you're gonna be the
we
richest
want,
fuck.
You know what? I had that. I actually had that more when I worked in the nonprofit world.
Really?
Yeah, like nonprofits, organizations like that are so much like finance. Like this is gonna be your life. But
Yeah.
they pay $60K a year.
In what world? How lonely do you have to be to do that? To be
I
like,
know.
yeah, I'll sacrifice
I
everything.
know, especially nonprofit.
Yeah.
If you're in
like-
finance and you're like, all right, I'm gonna work hard because I'm gonna get fucking $200K bonus, all
Yeah.
good. But if you're a nonprofit, bruh. But it's people competing because they want to seem like they're
Right.
care about the cause more.
I used to work in a restaurant that was down at the financial center, the
Yeah.
World Financial Center.
Oh, yeah.
And it would always get slammed at at lunch and at right after work, after like the market closed, with just all these like young hotshot
Yeah.
finance bro suits and
Yeah.
everything. And I was like in my early 20s at that point or whatever. And it was just so funny to see just their like.
Yeah.
The peacocking and the
Oh
just
my God,
like
yeah.
just kind of like I mean, they
Totally.
literally looked like
Yep,
peacocks.
I know,
Just,
they do.
And pigeons just
Yeah.
kind of fucking walking
It's
around
insane.
and just there was one dude like it was so fun. I came over with like it was probably 12 of them or something. I came over, all these beers. It was the heaviest thing I'd ever held. It's just like I walk over and one of the finance bros in the middle of talking, he's like, I closed the deal, $85K, one call, and then he like
Boom.
grabbed the beer off my tray, which
my
is
God.
like if you've ever even been to a restaurant,
Don't.
that's not what
Yeah,
you do.
what?
And all 12 beers just
Oh
fell
my God.
directly onto his lap. This was like my first week
Was
at
it
this
like,
job.
what the fuck?
Well, he was like furious because he was wearing what I
Right.
assume was a multi-$1,000
Of course,
suit. But all of his friends were just laughing. And I'm like, dude, that's
Yeah.
fucking on you, you
Yeah,
asshole.
bitch.
But my manager was such like this, he was like this short, like very angry, very stressed, like middle-aged Indian guy who was basically just like looking for an excuse to fire anybody at
Yeah.
any time. So he obviously was running over to
Right.
the customer being like, I'm just,
so-
you want him
yeah,
gone? Like,
yeah.
and he, thankfully they were like, no, he's an
Yeah,
asshole. Like, cause
right.
he's that kind of parent. I assume that guy's that parent to his kids where he'd be like, what did you do?
Yes,
Before even assessing what
absolutely.
happened,
Yeah,
kind of a thing.
hothead.
So, but yeah, once I felt bad at the time, but then once all of his friends started laughing, I did that
Yeah.
thing where I was like, I was like trying to not hold back a smile because it
Yeah.
was just perfect, like, and that's how that happened, and then it
Tool.
just,
Tool.
God, the best feeling.
Tool.
Have you ever been fired?
I haven't been, okay, so lightly.
Lightly?
Yeah.
Okay.
One time, when I was in high school, I worked at Party City.
Okay. Nice.
I got hired
Talk
as,
about high stakes.
yeah, I know. It was intense. And I worked as a
circus?
Halloween temp.
Seasonal.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, seasonal.
Yeah.
And I didn't
They do get a big rush.
They do, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I was packed to the gills.
Yeah.
Packed to the gills, October 1st to October 31st.
Yeah.
And I didn't get fired, but they didn't keep me on. And they kept everyone
that's
else
not
on.
a firing. You were seasonal and they held your contract.
True, but
Yeah.
it was, and I worked the cash register and I lost money on it.
Lost money?
Yeah. and
How? Like you just didn't
you
give
know,
change?
like,
give
you
too
know
much
when you get
change, or
training at like a corporate retail place and you're like, I'm like I might be a retard.
Yeah.
Even though the dumb kids in your class are like crushing it, they're like,
it's crazy that you were bad with money with going in and then went into finance.
I know, right?
Yes.
Well, I was bad with the machine. I didn't get trained, and I swiped this woman's card. The line was so long, and I was
You're
like,
like,
"Have a
"Just
good
go."
day," and it was like $36, and I knew because corporate retail is like dot in their eyes crossing. And the month later, they were like, "You were working on September 20th, and
Whoa.
we noticed $37 is missing."
I mean, that's.
Yeah.
I remember like when I worked at Best Buy, the amount you would have thought that I was applying to be in the CIA.
Yeah.
The amount of interviews and
Yeah.
psychological
Yeah.
questionnaires that I
Yeah.
had to do. That was like, you get one shot at this.
Crazy.
Like, and that if you
Yeah.
fail this, it gets sent out to every other Best Buy in the
Hilarious.
country.
That's
like
so
it's
funny.
like you can
Yeah.
you
You're
can't even go into
done.
Best Buy.
You're done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like your whole career is over. It was
Yeah.
insane. And then just the amount of like, I remember that being like, I thought it was my second job. I think I was 17. I remember being like, I guess I'll like be here. I guess I'll be here for the rest of my life. That was terrifying. That made a noise, but I literally thought somebody was in the room.
I thought someone
with
was in the
us.
room.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was very terrifying. There it is. The Bluetooth is connected, everybody.
Okay, good
Calm
to
down.
know.
Everybody calm down. That's when my stories are going on too long. That's what happens.
Yeah. Well, do you want to know a job I got fired from?
Yes.
So this is more embarrassing.
Okay, that's
one of my first jobs. I cleaned my grandma's house
Okay.
every Sunday
Yeah.
from like noon to 2 p.m. And then like a couple weeks in, I realized I could just like, slack.
Because she's your grandma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd just be in the bathroom with my iPod mini, just like listening to music, running the bath. And
Like, it's so funny where you're like, I'm pulling a fast one on
Yeah,
grandma.
for $20.
Yeah.
in the time I was in the bathroom, I could have just cleaned it. I was
Sure.
just sitting there. And then like right before summer, my grandma was like, "So, I think since you are gonna go to summer, we can stop this now. I
Wow.
got fired by my grandma.
That's so funny. It's also funny that's like your only firing story. That's pretty great.
Yeah,
That's a pretty
yeah.
good track record you've
Well,
had.
I live in fear of public getting in trouble.
Okay.
Huge.
That's
the
good to
idea
know
of
for
getting
this,
fired
actually,
is
you know?
horrifying to me.
Yeah. Yeah, because if you were to come on board on this, and then if for some reason there was some sort of falling out, I mean the public backlash I would imagine that you would receive would be
Just
off
like
the
weeks
charts, devastating.
of talking
yeah.
about it.
You'd probably have to deactivate socials and all that other stuff.
absolutely.
It'd follow you forever.
It would be like the Twitter topic for like 4 weeks.
But it's a risk reward. Are you willing to risk that?
I'm willing to risk it.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's good to
I'm
know.
on medication.
Okay. If you had to describe your personality, we're going to more into the psychological
Okay.
aspect now. If you had to describe your personality using one inanimate object, what would it be?
One of those like those big squishy balls, and they have boing sticking out all over the place. You squish and pull.
This like a slinky? What are you talking about?
It's a ball.
It's a ball. Oh, the one that you squeeze it and then it's like a stress ball, but like the things come out of it.
Things are already sticking out.
Oh, like where it opens up.
Oh no, those are cool though. Yeah,
those
let's do
kind of fun things.
Those ones, yeah.
Because here's the funny thing.
Those ones, yeah.
This is what I picture your person. If someone is to
okay.
describe Maddy Smith, this is what I would. This is
Piece of
what I
wood.
would do. This is I would say. This is your personality, and I feel like nothing's been described ever better than this.
Yeah,
This
buddy.
feels like-
Hell yeah.
If you're like, who's
Let's
Maddy
fucking
Smith?
go.
This is Maddy
Let's
Smith.
go.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. And that's exactly what I was saying, except in ball form. That's
Yeah.
great.
That is wild that you said that. How fun is that?
You
Yeah.
know those plastic balls, but they stretch and stuff.
I mean
and there's-
that's goofball. That's
is
goofball
goofball.
right there. If you
goofball
bring that
gonna
on,
goof.
if you bring
Know what I'm
that on
saying?
stage and you say
Yeah.
goofball got a goof with
Yeah.
those, you
It's-
sell
it's
out every club in
game
America.
over.
Yeah,
It's game over.
tonight.
I mean the clips.
The clips. My God, the clips.
Can you just think about it?
Well,
Yeah.
somebody think of the
Just think
clips.
about it.
It's so
I'm
funny.
using these as like regular glasses. I'm like, well, hold on, let's take a look. It's well, yeah. I mean, it looks like a number
if you
two.
think about it, with Israel and Palestine, you start getting
Right,
into
and
world
you put 'em on my head.
geopolitical things.
Yeah.
It's very fun. Man, okay, here's another outside the box thing. Because again, I like you got business acumen, you got a whole economics
Yes.
degree. It's a trait we value here. Design a theme park attraction based on the sensation of forgetting why you walked into a room.
Okay, so I would do. I would do like. It's instead of the Tower of Terror, it goes underground.
Okay.
So you just walk into this box, it's blank, and then it just falls.
Okay. And
60 stories.
and that underground. So you fall into
Yeah.
a mine shaft.
Yeah,
essentially.
basically.
Yeah.
And then you have to get up on your
Right.
own.
Oh, okay.
That's the
Wow.
ride.
That's
Yeah.
the feeling you get every time you walk into a room and forget
Yeah.
why you're in there.
Yeah, I'm like, my life is a pit of despair. I have no way of getting out of this. I'm stuck, and it's never gonna change.
That's all right. I'll send it to Disney.
Yeah, let me know if they think of anything.
Yeah.
There's like a little thing you can get in, like at the Gringotts Banks, the little carts you can go in to get up top.
Oh, I
but
like the mine shaft carts kind of a thing.
exactly.
I've never been in a mine shaft of any form.
Me neither.
I don't even know where you find
I don't
those.
think I
Like-
ever will be.
Like Wyoming? Like I don't
Like
even Nevada?
West Virginia.
West Virginia?
maybe?
I don't think I have a theory that no one's ever been to West Virginia. Can
Okay,
you name
yeah.
a single city in West Virginia?
Roanoke.
Okay. That's in West Virginia?
Yes.
Huh.
I could be wrong.
Yeah. Well, that gets rid of that theory. She really shoots that down.
But I've never been, so.
That's true. Okay. You seem like a person who has had a spiritual experience while eating a gas station snack.
Absolutely.
What's your go-to
Love
gas station snack?
And I love going to, when you're on the road and you're like, oh, let's see what the snacks they have here are.
And they're always the ones on the road are always so bright.
Yes.
The whole stores are like very,
So
it's like a
bright.
Walmart in there.
Yes, so bright, so many snacks. You're in Baltimore, you're like, oh, they got crab chips.
Yeah.
You're like near the border and they have more like Mexican.
Right.
Like, chilaquile.
Yeah. What's that
So-
other one with the big character on it that they sell everywhere now? They sell it here. It's like some sort of chip bugle looking hybrid
Who
thing.
are the turtle chips?
No, they're like a singular. They're like one
Combos,
name.
chips.
It's like a Spanish word.
The bugle.
I don't know. Who
Oh,
cares?
Takis or no?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. Okay, I like those.
Is that Spanish? I don't even know what it is.
Yeah, I think so.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't know. Sounds like it's supposed to be
Yeah.
for the Spanish people. But I love like any sort of that seasoning that's on the Takis. I don't love the Takis because it's a little too thick for me. You can only like 12 before you're full.
Right.
I like the more airy
Yes,
foods.
so you can polish them off. Nice.
I love like a flavored popcorn. Any flavored puff. Any puffs.
Puff, a good puff.
There's a puff you can find that's like in the Spanish bodegas that looks like a big, it's like, goes like this. And it's made of like puff material.
Like a C almost, like a little half moon,
it's like a
crescent
half
moon
little
thing?
like yoga mat type of thing.
Okay.
It's a puff and it's covered in like chili lime seasoning.
Ooh.
Fire.
I go right to the frozen, like I go right to the cold.
Yeah.
I'm a cold treats guy.
Okay,
so
yeah.
I'll go right to like see what they got, what we got. We got to like what's the quality of like ice cream sandwich, chipwich we got,
Love
what kind
chipwich.
of we got it. Sometimes every once in a while like a Choco Taco will be
Love
found in the
Choco Taco.
wild, which is very rare now. Or sometimes like I kind of like I've always been a cold treat guy versus like a candy.
Love both.
But
I always forget about the cold treats till I'm about to be on my way out, and then because the ice cream fridge is always hidden. But I love a chipwich.
It's disgusting what I used to get. My friends and I used to we used to have a 7-Eleven right near us, and we would go to 7-Eleven all the time, and we would get like the nachos from there, which was
so
like
good.
Those circular
Yes.
nacho chips, and then you push the button for that cheese and the meat would come out of the bag
and the
inside the
jalapeno.
thing, and you just put that, and we would just eat that. I'm like, dude,
Honestly, fire.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
The gas station near me now sells tacos. They're like
Really?
they're like it's a BP, and they're
Yes.
like carnitas and breakfast tacos. I'm like, what are we? And they're
Did
like,
you try them?
No,
I bet
it's
they're
2
good.
for $5. You're like,
Okay.
you can't
Hilarious.
be. You can't be selling me cheap
Hilarious.
gas station carnitas.
I bet
You
they're
know,
good.
I guarantee they're not. I guarantee.
I love when they got the little hot station, and I love nothing more than a sandwich wrapped in that foil wrap.
Oh yeah,
so
because
good.
there's always like a coating of butter
Yeah,
on
why
it.
does it look so good?
I'm starving now all of a
I'm
sudden.
so hungry.
What's the weirdest phase that you had as a kid, and how close are you to falling back into it?
When I was a kid, I always had weird phases. When I was in 4th and 5th grade, I really was like tomboy vibes. I wanted to wear like dude shorts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I picture you like Icebox from Little Giants, right?
Yeah.
Is that her name? Was
Yeah,
it Icebox?
I wanted to be like
yeah.
her. I wanted to be like Wednesday Addams.
Oh,
I wanted to
okay.
be, like,
So a little
weird,
more like goth and like.
Yeah, but like didn't have any of the clothes for it.
Sure.
So it's just
yeah.
my
Just big
parents didn't get
tie-dyes.
the vision.
Yeah.
And then in 8th grade, I kind of did like emo
Sure.
scene.
Hey, look at him. There's Captain Screamo
Absolutely.
over here. Yeah.
Checkered Vans.
Nice.
Shirts with dinosaurs on them. Shirts with cheeseburgers on them.
Okay, I don't think those are emo related.
It was
but
like Scene.
Gotcha.
You know, like,
Yeah,
remember
yeah,
Scene?
yeah,
So it was
yeah,
like clips in
Were you
your
like
hair.
straight edge?
I get what.
Did you have the jelly bracelets?
I had the
Of
jelly
course, gotta have the
bracelets,
jelly
like
bracelets.
the spiky jelly
Yes,
earrings.
yeah. Jordan had those. We've
Yep,
talked about
had
that.
those.
That's wild. Yeah.
And then in 9th grade, I went full. My identity was sweatpants every day, which still kind of do that now.
You don't say.
But it would be like every single day. Sweatpants.
That's cool
yeah.
though.
I thought I had like hacked like the world.
By the way, in high school, like a girl, like if I was in high school, a girl in my school that was be wearing sweatpants every day is like, whoa, that chick's cool. You know, because it felt like at the time every girl was wearing like, it was like low ride jeans and everything, which is very hot, but you're also like, whoa, what's she doing?
Yeah,
you know
what's
what I
up
mean?
with her?
You kind of had the opposite.
People weren't saying that to me. I was pretty ugly in high school, but they were down. Yeah, they were wondering, what is she doing?
What would an FBI agent have written in your file as your biggest red flag?
He or she would them would have said she has a she is fuck, I'm too normal for this.
Spill the tea, Maddie. Spill the tea.
She speeds her in her rental cars. I smoke in my rental cars.
This is
I vape in the rentals and the hotels. I smoke weed in hotel rooms sometimes.
okay.
I feel like FBI guy could get down with
Do you ever,
that.
they ever come? You ever
No.
get busted?
No, but that's why you can't smoke in the hotel room, because then you spend the rest of the night thinking someone's coming.
Panicked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think
Yeah.
like the National Guard's coming.
I've been in hotel rooms with Lewis where they've come up after we've smoked multiple blunts, and I've been like, we shouldn't, and he was like, shut up.
Yeah.
And then we do, and then they come and he like yells them
Of course.
away.
Yeah, of
Where he
course.
just is like, how dare you say that?
See, that's
and
why-
it's like
yeah.
there's still smoke in the air.
Yeah, that's how.
And he'll be
That's
like,
the confidence I need.
Yeah.
For anything.
Yeah, yeah.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Just angry Puerto
Yeah.
Rican confidence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It works. What's a smell that takes you somewhere weirdly specific?
Okay. A few. There's a few different. Like there's face washes that I'll use that take me back to like 7th grade when I was
Okay.
doing everything to like get rid of like face acne
Sure.
or redness.
Do you ever do what was proactive?
Yeah.
Do you ever do that?
I never did that, but I would hound the CVS for like anti-acne stuff.
There was like
and nothing
Stridex,
worked. Nothing ever
medicated,
worked.
All the, yeah.
Yeah. You
All of it
do-
just basically is like just use soap and moisturize.
Just
you
use
know?
soap and moisture
Yeah,
and
yeah.
just like get through puberty, because that's
Yeah,
all it
yeah,
is.
yeah.
But I had all these, so sometimes like a soap face wash will bring me back to like, whoa, I'm in my parents' house in 7th
Sure.
grade. Gasoline, classic.
Gasoline's great. I
Yeah.
smell McDonald's French fries. I go back to a place. I can
Okay,
like
yeah,
get there.
yeah.
I can get there.
That's a classic.
The inside of a McDonald's is a
Yes.
very specific
Yes.
smell. Okay. Fix this. This is a little segment I like
Eucalyptus,
to do here.
Equinox.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Oh, Equinox money.
I remember for a second.
Corporate lady
And
with
they
the
have
Equinox membership.
is
With Kiehl's.
eucalyptus soaked towels.
Yeah.
Fire.
I've snuck into them.
Yeah.
So I do a little segment called Fix This. Name something. So you name something that's wrong with society, and then tell us how you'd fix it.
Okay. Immigration.
Okay. Can you please, if you're going to solve that, please do it with the glasses on?
Yes. So here's how you solve immigration.
Yeah.
Everyone's trying to get everyone out. No. You put the immigrants in places like Bridgeport, Connecticut.
Okay.
Okay. You put them in Hartford.
Oh, sure.
You put them in
so
West
then they all
Virginia.
get murdered to death, and then that way.
No, because there's so many of them. They'll build their own community.
Oh.
There's space for them. Everyone's complaining about Rust Belt cities, the downward spiral of cities. Put the immigrants there.
In Rust Belt cities. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. And like that's actually not a bad idea. Take like all the abandoned towns.
Yes.
For some of them, it's like for good reason. There's like nuclear waste. Like, there's like a lot of radiation.
But if
you're
we're
like,
saying just a
hey.
shithole that accidentally people left.
yeah, it's got like
you got
9
all the
people.
buildings there.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody in Hartford.
No.
Nobody's
Good
in
God,
Hartford.
no.
Put all the Venezuelans there.
There you go. Then it become a vibrant Venezuelan
That's what I'm
community.
saying.
This isn't bad. Not bad.
Because there's space in America. Everyone's acting.
Yeah. There's no space in New York City.
Correct.
That's,
Don't come here.
Get
In
out.
fact, we could get rid of 2 million, send them to Hartford.
That'd be great.
But there's space far and wide.
Yeah,
here.
Middle America.
Yeah.
They're coming for you.
Upstate
so
New York.
Hope you got your guns.
Send
they
the
do.
immigrants to Utica, Syracuse.
Oh yeah.
Dude, 200,000 immigrants in Syracuse. Game over.
That'd be crazy.
Game over.
What would even happen up there?
Freaking community revitalization.
Just awesome chilaquiles is what's going to happen.
Exactly,
up
yeah,
there,
more
that's for
snacks.
sure.
More
Yeah,
snacks.
more snacks.
Yeah.
I get told that I talk too fast, and I assume you get that
All the time.
as well.
All the time.
A lot of
I'm
time.
like over it at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, sorry, you're fucking slow.
Yeah.
I'm in the South. They're like, we missed a lot of your stuff. I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah, I just had that. I was in Aruba, and they were like, you just need to talk a little slower.
not,
And I'm
yeah.
like, I won't do
and
it.
even when I do talk slow, I'm like, I'm talking so slow.
Yeah,
so I
it
can't
feels
go any
like
slower.
molasses. Yeah,
Yes.
we just did a 2-hour podcast in an hour.
I
mean, this has
know.
been-
People
this has
should be
been-
like
this-
getting their freaking
this
money's
has been,
worth.
This has been crazy. Okay, we're gonna wrap up.
Was
I
there
think.
anything about the talking too fast?
No, it's
Oh.
just that's something we bond on. So
Yes.
we both talk too
Yes,
fast.
it's
and,
never gonna change.
And that'll be a lot of the comments, I would assume.
Okay, well, you can listen to it at half speed.
There you go.
Enjoy.
Look at that.
Yeah.
And there's an answer for everything.
Boom.
What's something that you regularly do that no one would guess about you?
I exercise every day.
Huh. Mm-hmm. Okay. Nice.
I'm actually in pretty good shape.
Wow.
I move around a lot.
Yeah, you're wearing the that's what I would have thought would have
I know
been your
people
FBI.
don't know I'm actually jacked.
In your FBI file, that's what I would have thought that they would have said. They would have been like, it'd be like, what's the biggest red flag? It's like a lot of oversized shirts. You're like, what's going on? You know,
Okay,
what are you keeping a secret? But I like that. You're gonna post some summer thirst trap and then just be like a big reveal.
Yeah.
Nice. I like that.
I can run like a mile in less than 7 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
That's actually incredibly impressive.
Yeah. I'm in really good shape.
Whoa.
But I'm not someone who's, hey, I'm at the gym.
You're not a fitness person.
No,
Yeah.
It's like when old people go to aerobics every day. That's how I think about exercise.
Yeah,
like,
that's they keep the demons away just for an extra.
Exactly.
Just for an extra few hours.
Yeah.
Well, listen, Maddy, I think I got everything I need here. I appreciate you coming in. Tell people where they can find you.
Well, you can find me hosting this podcast.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
For the rest of my life.
There's that Puerto Rican confidence.
Yeah. So Maddy Smith. My podcast is called Madhouse. I'm on the road basically every weekend. So tour dates, punchup.live/Maddy Smith.
Sweet.
I'm trying to build my email list.
Nice. Oh, yeah. Aren't we all? I'm on PunchUp as well. PunchUp.live/Mike Feeney. But Maddy, thank you so much for coming in, and we'll let you know.
Thank you. Please, okay, let me know. Yeah.
And single,
yeah,
it
gets sadder, that timeline.
Or it gets more empowering.
And
still searching.
Who gets thinner, let's say.